In this video, you will see the best cooperative games. After watching this video, you will be able to easily find the perfect game to play with your friend right now. Watch this video to the end, because you might miss the game that is just right for you. If there's one game that can steal your whole evening and turn calm people into real culinary madmen, it's Overcooked. 2. Imagine a simple scenario. You start the game to play a couple of levels, thinking it will be a relaxed co-op experience. But 10 minutes pass and suddenly you're shouting, laughing, waving your arms around, trying to explain something to your partner who is frantically searching for an onion, even though it was needed a minute ago. One of the main charms of Overcooked. 2 is the emotions. It doesn't just provide co-op, it forces you to interact. You start assigning roles to each other. Someone becomes the chef, someone the runner, someone the firefighter who puts out endless fires because someone forgot to remove the pan from the stove again. Each level is a little chaotic. The kitchen can fall apart, stoves can fly into the abyss, ingredients constantly fall, and you're trying to get the order ready on time. But that's the charm of it, Overcooked. 2 turns even a small kitchen into a big adventure. And most importantly, this game steals hours. You always say, let's play one more level, the last one. And then another, and another. Then you look at the clock, 3 hours have passed, you're tired, but for some reason you want to play a couple more levels. If you're looking for a fun, emotional, and truly cooperative thrill ride, Overcooked, 2 will always deliver. Portal 2 is a game that shows that cooperative play can be smart, funny, and completely unique. Everyone knows about the single-player campaign, but the real hidden gem is the cooperative mode, which feels like a separate, full-fledged game. A word of warning, your brain will be working at full speed here. Each player has 2 portals, and when you need to combine 4 portals into a single logical chain to complete a level, your brain literally starts to crackle. But that's what makes the game incredible. Portal 2 is built around communication. It's impossible to stay silent here. You constantly discuss, argue, and try to explain to each other where to place the portal, where to jump, and when to press the button. And if someone makes a mistake, it always leads to either an explosion, a fall into acid, or another fit of laughter. The atmosphere of Portal 2 is typical for Valve, a mixture of scientific absurdity, mystery, and very subtle humor. Each test is a small experiment in which 2 players must become a single system. And Portal 2 does this perfectly. This is a game that doesn't just test your logic, it tests how well you can interact with another person. If you want a cooperative game that requires you to think, communicate, and laugh constantly, Portal 2 is the best choice. There are games that create chaos, and there are games that create comfort. And Stardew Valley is that very digital blanket that you can wrap yourself in with a friend and just disappear for the whole evening. Imagine, you log into the game for half an hour. You grow a couple of carrots. You pick some berries. You think, okay, that's enough for today. And suddenly, boom, it's already 2 a.m. and you're standing on the farm together, discussing where to put the future greenhouse, which grape variety is more profitable to grow in the fall, and who will go to the mine, because someone has to take out those slugs. The co-op in Stardew Valley works perfectly because the game doesn't force you to rush. It doesn't pressure you, it doesn't hurry you, it doesn't require instant reactions. On the contrary, it gives you time. It invites you to relax, talk, do something enjoyable, build your own mini life. And that's the whole thrill of it. You can do anything you want. Raise animals, dig mines, catch rare fish, go to festivals, build your dream house. And all of this side by side, completely organically. Stardew Valley is a game that not only brings evenings together, but also brings people together. It creates an atmosphere in which you want to share moments, show off your new potatoes, brag about your golden perch, or announce that you finally upgraded your pickaxe. If you need a calm, cozy, truly close-knit cooperative, Stardew Valley offers perfect harmony. And now, a complete turnaround from a cute farm to harsh, but incredibly fun space miners. Deep Rock Galactic is a game where four bearded dwarves venture deep into an asteroid to mine resources, shoot scary monsters, and yell at each other because someone forgot to turn on the beacon again. And here's what's really amazing. This game looks like a mixture of absurdity, chaos, and industrial disaster. Each class in Deep Rock Galactic is a role. The game literally forces you to cooperate. The engineer sets up turrets and platforms, the scout lights up the caves, the driller opens up shortcuts, the heavy gunner keeps monsters at bay. And it all works so organically that the team becomes a single organism after just a couple of missions. The most important thing is the caves. They are procedural, huge, strange, full of traps, creepy tunnels, and the screams of monsters that appear out of nowhere. And each run is a small but very tense adventure. And when the loot is collected and you run to the rescue capsule shouting, "Run, run, run," your heart starts beating faster. In these moments, the game turns into real action, where every action is important. Deep Rock Galactic is the perfect co-op game for those who love dynamics, drive, and situations where you want to scream with laughter and panic at the same time. If you want to feel like a team that has gone through hell but had a great time doing it, this game will give you everything. If you think co-op is always fun and cute, the Outlast Trials will quickly prove you wrong. This isn't just horror. It's a nervous breakdown wrapped up in cooperative mechanics. Here, you and your friends are guinea pigs in a nightmarish experiment where each trial is a mixture of stealth, pain, screams, and complete chaos. And the scariest thing is that the game is best experienced together. Imagine this moment. You're walking down a dark corridor. You hear footsteps, and then a metallic screech. Screams. Someone grabs your friend. And you realize that now you have to save them. Because if you don't, no one will. Co-op in Outlast Trials isn't a bonus. It's a necessity. You will distract enemies, repair equipment in a panic, help wounded comrades, whisper to each other, "Don't breathe," he's nearby, and laugh hysterically when things don't go according to plan. The game keeps you on edge, forcing you to work as a team. Because no one survives here alone. If you want a horror game that tests not only your nerves, but also your friendship, The Outlast Trials is the perfect challenge. It Takes Two is not just a game. It is therapy, an adventure, an emotional comedy, and pure genius game design. In short, it is the best cooperative game ever created. In more detail, let me explain why. It's a story about a couple going through a relationship crisis, who, by a twist of fate, turn into little toy figures. To return to the normal world, the heroes have to solve puzzles, pass tests, and work together. Sounds simple? In reality, it's a fireworks display of ideas. Each chapter of the game is a new genre. Today you control time. Tomorrow you fight in a magical kingdom. An hour later you fly on birds. Another hour later you organize a music concert. And all this without a single repetition of mechanics. But the main thing is the emotions between the players. The game puts you in situations where you have to trust each other, where you really depend on your partner's actions, where success is the result of a joint decision. And then there's the humor, the beautiful story, and the heartwarming ending. It Takes Two is a game that you simply have to play with someone else. Not with a random person, not alone, but with someone you trust. And believe me, it will be an adventure you will remember for a long time. Operation Tango is a cooperative spy thriller where you're the star of the show. But here's the twist, there are two spies. One player is the field agent. They move around, investigate, infiltrate buildings, and avoid traps. The other is the hacker. They control security systems, cameras, doors, networks, pretty much anything that can be hacked. And the real magic is that you never see the same information. Each of you sees only your own screen. You're literally blind without your partner. And that's where the co-op magic kicks in. One person stands in front of a door and asks, "What now?" The other checks their system and says, "Hang on, I'm turning off the lasers." One is sprinting through a server room, the other yells, "Opening the elevator, wait." "Okay, go." One tries to move unseen, the other tries to hack a system that changes every second. This is a game where you both feel like equals, where progress is impossible without teamwork and communication, where cooperation isn't just helpful, it's essential. And yeah, sometimes you'll argue. Sometimes you'll laugh. Sometimes you'll shout instructions at each other like you're starring in your own spy movie. Operation Tango is the perfect example of how co-op can be smart, stylish, and incredibly fun. In second place is one of the most famous and simultaneously most difficult cooperative games ever made, Cuphead. If you love hardcore challenges, intense emotions, and a real test of skill, this is your perfect match. Cuphead is a run-and-gun platformer crafted in the style of classic 1930s cartoons. The game looks cute, even a little funny, but behind that cartoonish charm lies a serious challenge. The bosses here are huge, aggressive, and constantly changing their forms, attacks, tempo. Every fight feels like a small trial of your reflexes and patience. Why does Cuphead work so well in co-op? Because when you play with a partner, the game stops being just hard, it becomes chaotic, dynamic, and incredibly fun. Co-op here doesn't just add a second player, it creates a completely new experience. You have to dodge in sync, time your parries right, revive each other when someone goes down, and generally keep up the pace so the screen doesn't literally bury you in attacks. Playing Cuphead alone is tough, but playing with a partner turns it from a trial into a full-blown adventure, where every success feels like a major shared victory. What makes the game special? First, the visual style. This is one of the most unique projects in recent years. Every scene is hand-drawn, every boss is like a mini animated film, every animation reflects the hard work of a passionate team. And you can really feel it. The game looks like a cartoon brought to life. Second, the music. Jazz themes, dynamic drums, a lively brass section. It all creates a frantic rhythm that pushes you to play more aggressively and stay sharp. And of course, most importantly, the emotions. Because Cuphead is the kind of game where you get frustrated, laugh out loud, shout from surprise, and a minute later you're cheering in triumph because you finally managed to take down another insane boss. And you do it all together with your partner. It's for moments like these that Cuphead earns such a high spot in our ranking. And here we've arrived at first place, Split Fiction. This is truly a unique cooperative game that deserves the top spot. Not because it's the flashiest or most popular, but because it offers a completely new kind of interaction between players. Split Fiction is an adventure built around the idea of two realities existing at the same time. Each player sees the world differently. Events, objects, clues, even parts of the story, everything is distinct. The game literally splits your reality in two, forcing you to constantly discuss, compare, and piece together what you each see. What's the real twist? You simply can't finish the game without true cooperation. Split Fiction isn't about playing side by side, it's about constant communication. You have to tell each other what you're seeing, explain elements of your environment, compare details, solve puzzles together, and sometimes make decisions without the full picture until your partner adds the missing piece. It creates an incredible feeling like you're assembling one mind from two halves. Split Fiction is deeply atmospheric. It plays on feelings of the unknown, the strangeness of the world, and moments when everything seems familiar, but slightly off. It's not horror, but there's a constant sense of tension. You're not just solving a puzzle, you're trying to understand what's even happening and why your reality differs from your partner's. The game constantly throws challenges at you, but does so in a clever, inventive, and thoughtful way. There are no dull, find three keys tasks here. Everything relies on attention, logic, and the ability to listen to each other. Why does it deserve first place? Because Split Fiction is the perfect cooperative formula. Communication is essential. Each player's role is unique. The game only truly unfolds with two people, and every moment feels meaningful. You're not just pressing buttons together. You become a real team, with each player fulfilling a distinct role. When you solve another tricky puzzle, when you finally understand how your worlds connect, when both players execute precise, coordinated actions, you feel a real sense of unity. And that's exactly why Split Fiction takes first place. It's one of those games that shows how amazing co-op can be when it's not just an afterthought, but the heart of a fresh, truly unique gaming. Today, you've learned about the best games to play through together. You can dive into any of the top picks and start your playthrough right now. My personal recommendation is the first place winner. It's my favorite game. And now on screen, you'll see a few of my other videos. I recommend you check them out.